Did you know 99% of deaths after 75 come from just a few preventable causes? Stick with me as we uncover the 5 biggest risks for Florida seniors and simple steps to stay strong, independent, and thriving. Many think passing after 75 is just natural, but most deaths tied to avoidable risks. My uncle in Miami learned this when a health scare woke him up. Knowing these dangers empowers you to live longer, fuller. Let's explore the 5 leading causes of death after 75 and how to beat them in Florida's sunny years. Step 1. Heart disease. Protect your heart. Let's kick things off with the number 1 killer after 75. Heart disease. It's not just a statistic. It's the silent thief that can steal your strength, your breath, and your independence. Your heart's a muscle, pumping strong through decades of Miami sunsets and Key West fishing trips. But without care, it weakens under pressures you might not even feel. A 2022 American Heart Association study says heart disease claims more lives over 75 than anything else. Yet small choices can slash your risk by 20%. The tricky part? You don't always notice the warning signs. Feeling tired, short breath, or slowing down might seem like just aging, but they could be your heart whispering for help. Ignoring it's like letting a crack in your boat grow until the whole thing sinks. High blood pressure is a major culprit, straining arteries and forcing your heart to overwork. A 2023 Mayo Clinic report says uncontrolled hypertension doubles heart attack risk in seniors, and it's sneaky. No pain, no buzzers, just quiet damage until a stroke or heart failure hits. Then there's diet. Years of processed foods, salty snacks, and fatty takeout from Tampa diners clog arteries, slowing blood flow. It's not just about avoiding junk. Your heart craves nutrients like omega-3s and fiber to stay tough. And don't forget movement. A sedentary life. Too many hours on a Naples porch chair lets circulation stall, weakening your heart. You don't need marathons. Even light walks keep it pumping strong. I saw this with Clara, a 77-year-old from Tampa. Clara brushed off her fatigue, blaming age, until chest tightness sent her to the ER. Her doctor flagged high blood pressure and a diet heavy on processed snacks from her community center. Clara was shocked. She felt fine most days. She started small, swapped chips for nuts, walked 15 minutes by the Gulf each morning, and checked her blood pressure weekly. Within months, her energy returned and her heart tests improved. She told me, "I didn't know I could save my own heart." A 2021 Harvard study says consistent lifestyle changes cut cardiovascular strain by 25% in seniors. Clara's not running races, but she's dancing at her grandkids' Miami wedding. Living proof you're not powerless. Here's the deal. Heart disease feels like fate, but it's not. It's not about your uncle's heart attack or what happens at 75. It's about the bites you take, the steps you walk, the stress you tame. Picture this. You're in a breezy Sarasota kitchen, tossing spinach and grilled salmon for lunch. The oceans hum outside. You're fueling your heart, not fighting it, ready for a stroll by Naples Pier under Florida's golden sun. That's not sacrifice, it's power. Ever wonder how vibrant you'd feel with a stronger heart? Start small. Check your blood pressure at a Tampa pharmacy. Swap one salty snack for fruit or almonds. Walk 10 minutes daily, maybe by the village's lakes. These aren't chores. They're like telling your heart, we got more sunsets to chase. Ask your doctor about heart-healthy foods or light exercises. What's one small step you could take this week to keep your heart beating strong? Step 2. Falls and injuries. Stay steady. Let's talk about a danger that sneaks up faster than a Florida storm. Falls and injuries. One misstep, one dizzy moment, one slippery tile, and everything changes. After 75, a fall isn't just a stumble. It's a top cause of death and disability. A 2023 CDC report says falls lead to 30% of senior injuries, with hip fractures or head trauma often spiraling into infections, immobility, or worse. The scariest part? Most folks don't see it coming. You feel fine strolling through your Miami condo or reaching for a glass in Sarasota, but as balance, strength, and reflexes fade with age, gravity becomes a ruthless foe. A single fall can steal the independence you spent decades building, turning daily routines into struggles. Yet, With small tweaks, you can stay steady and keep living free under Florida sun. Why are falls so deadly? Aging slows reaction times, weakens leg muscles, and dulls balance. Medications, common ones for blood pressure or sleep, can cause dizziness, upping the risk. A 2022 American Geriatric Society study says side effects from meds double fall risks in seniors. Then there's the vicious cycle. One close call makes you fear moving, so you sit more, muscles weaken, and you're more likely to fall again. I saw this with George, an 80-year-old from Naples. George tripped on a loose rug, fracturing his hip. Months of recovery cost him his daily walks by the pier. He told me, "I thought I was careful enough." But after physical therapy, George added handrails, cleared clutter, and started chair exercises. His confidence returned, and he's back strolling with the Gulf breeze. Here's the tough truth. Falls don't announce themselves. That dim hallway in your Tampa home, the slick bathroom floor in the Villages, or the cluttered porch in Key West, they're quiet traps. Your friends at the senior center won't nag you to fix them, and your kids in St. Pete Beach might not notice. But ignoring risks is like leaving your door unlocked at night. Clinging to old habits, like skipping lights or avoiding exercise, isn't worth the cost. Picture this. You're in a bright Naples condo, doing simple leg lifts, your home cleared hazards, the sunset painting the sky outside. You're moving with ease, not fear, knowing you built strength to stay free. That's not caution. It's claiming your power under Florida's palms. Ever wonder how steady you could feel with a few smart changes? You don't need to remodel your life or become a gym buff. George started small. He installed motion sensor lights, swapped rugs for non-slip mats, and did balance drills from a free Tampa senior class. A 2021 NIH study says home safety tweaks and strength exercises cut fall risks by 25% in seniors. Want to try it? Add a handrail by your stairs. Clear cords and clutter from walkways. Review meds with your doctor for dizziness side effects. Try 5 minutes of chair yoga daily. Naples libraries often have free videos. These aren't burdens. They're like telling your body, "I'm keeping you upright for more beach walks." Ask a friend to check your home for hazards or join a balance class in Miami. What's one small step you could take this week to stay steady and safe? Step 3, respiratory diseases. Breathe easy. Let's dive into a threat that can steal your breath faster than a humid Florida afternoon. Respiratory diseases. After 75, conditions like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, or pneumonia aren't just annoyances. They're among the top causes of death. A 2022 National Institutes of Health study says lung issues hospitalize millions of seniors yearly, often because early signs, like a nagging cough or shortness of breath, get brushed off as just aging. As lungs weaken with age, even a mild cold can spiral into a life-threatening infection. In Florida's muggy air, where mold and pollen linger, ignoring your lungs is like leaving your boat untied in a storm. But with small, smart steps, you can keep breathing easy, stay active, and savor those Naples sunsets or Miami strolls for years to come. Why are respiratory diseases so deadly? Aging lungs lose elasticity, and your immune system slows, making infections like pneumonia fiercer. A 2023 CDC report says pneumonia causes 20% of senior hospitalizations, with many never fully recovering. COPD, from years of smoke or pollution, narrows airways, making every breath a chore. Poor air quality, think mold in a Tampa condo or dust in the Villages, worsens it. And here's the kicker. Sitting too much lets mucus build up, inviting infections. I saw this with Maria, a 76-year-old from Orlando. Maria ignored her frequent cough, blaming allergies, until pneumonia landed her in the hospital. Weak and scared, she learned her lungs needed care. After getting vaccinated and walking daily, her breathing steadied. She told me, "I didn't know my lungs were begging for help." The hard part? Lung problems don't shout their warnings. That wheeze during a Sarasota walk or fatigue after climbing stairs feels normal, not urgent. Your friends at the St. Pete Beach Senior Center won't push you to act, and your kids in Naples might miss it. But neglecting your lungs is like ignoring a flickering light. It'll burn out when you least expect it. Clinging to habits like skipping vaccines or staying indoors too long isn't worth the risk. Picture this. You're in a Key West condo, windows open, doing gentle stretches as the ocean hums. Your lungs are clear, fueled by clean air and movement, ready for a chat at the local market. That's not restriction. It's freedom under Florida's palms. Ever wonder how much stronger your lungs could feel with a little TLC? You don't need to move mountains or live in a bubble. Maria started small. She got flu and pneumonia shots, used an air purifier in her humid home, and walked 10 minutes daily in an Orlando park. A 2021 American Lung Association study says light exercise and vaccines cut respiratory risks by 15% in seniors. Want to try it? Schedule your vaccines at a Miami clinic. Add an air purifier to one room. Try deep breathing exercises. Tampa libraries have free guides. Open windows to clear indoor dust, common in Florida's wet climate. These aren't chores. They're like telling your lungs, we got more beach days ahead. Ask your doctor about lung health or join a low-impact exercise class in the villages. What's one small step you could take this week to keep your lungs breathing easy? Step 4, stroke, act early. Let's talk about a threat that strikes like lightning in a clear Florida sky. Stroke. It's a leading cause of death after 75, hitting without warning and changing lives in seconds. A stroke happens when blood flow to the brain is blocked or a vessel bursts, starving brain cells of oxygen. A 2023 American Stroke Association study says strokes kill or disable millions yearly, yet up to 80% are preventable. The scary part? You might feel fine one moment, then struggle to speak or move the next. Small strokes cause confusion. Big ones can paralyze or end a life. But here's the hope. Your choices today, from what you eat to how you move, can keep this lightning at bay, letting you savor Miami markets or Key West sunrises for years. What makes strokes so deadly? High blood pressure is the biggest driver, silently weakening arteries until they clog or rupture. A 2022 American Heart Association report says uncontrolled hypertension triples stroke risk in seniors. And it's sneaky, no symptoms until disaster strikes. Irregular heart rhythms, like atrial fibrillation, are another culprit, forming clots that can zip to the brain. Diet plays a role too. Salty snacks and fatty takeout from Sarasota diners thicken blood, slowing flow. Lack of movement doesn't help, letting circulation stall. I saw this with Henry, a 79-year-old from Sarasota. Henry had a mini stroke, a brief blur of speech, but ignored it. A second scare pushed him to act. His doctor found high blood pressure and a heart flutter. Henry cut sodium, walked daily, and got on meds. He's back golfing, telling me, I didn't know I was so close to losing it all. The tough truth? Strokes don't send invites. That slight dizziness during a Tampa walk or a moment of confusion at the village's market feels like nothing, not a warning. Your buddies at the senior center won't push you to check it, and your grandkids in Naples might not notice. But ignoring mini strokes, those transient blips of weakness or vision loss, is like ignoring a leaking roof before a hurricane. Sticking to old habits, like skipping checkups or piling on salt, isn't worth the gamble. Picture this. You're in a breezy St. Pete Beach kitchen, tossing spinach and berries for lunch, knowing your heart's steady. You're moving through Miami's parks, blood flowing strong, ready for family laughs under Florida's palms. That's not fear, it's power in your hands. Ever wonder how much control you have over your brain's future? You don't need to overhaul your life or live in a lab. Henry started small. He checked his blood pressure weekly at a Tampa pharmacy, swapped processed snacks for leafy greens, and walked 15 minutes daily. A 2021 NIH study says healthy diets and exercise cut stroke risk by 20% in seniors. Want to start? Monitor blood pressure. Free at most Florida clinics. Add fruits like oranges, low in sodium. See a doctor if you feel heart flutters or brief confusion. Don't wait. Try a low-salt recipe from a Naples senior class. These aren't burdens. They're like telling your body, we got more sunsets to chase. Ask your doctor about stroke risks or join a walking group in the villages. What's one small step you could take this week to keep strokes at bay? Step 5, cognitive decline. Keep your mind sharp. Let's wrap up a challenge that tugs at the heart as much as the mind. Cognitive decline. After 75, conditions like dementia or Alzheimer's aren't just memory slips. They're among the top causes of death, raising risks of accidents and health neglect. A 2021 Alzheimer's Association study says cognitive decline affects millions, stealing the ability to manage meds, eat well, or stay safe. Early signs: forgetting names, losing keys, or struggle with conversations. Seem like just aging, but they're your brain waving a quiet flag. Left unchecked, they can lead to forgetting the stove, wandering unsafely, or dehydration, turning small lapses into life-threatening crises. But here's the hope. Your daily choices can keep your mind sharp, letting you savor Miami markets, Naples sunsets, and family laugh for years under Florida's warm light. Why is cognitive decline so dangerous? As memory and reasoning fade, so does self-care. A 2022 NIH study says seniors with dementia face 30% higher risks of hospitalization from preventable issues like malnutrition or falls. Isolation speeds it up. Loneliness in a quiet Tampa condo can dull the brain faster than you'd think. Poor diet, heavy on sugar and processed foods, fuels inflammation, harming neurons. Lack of movement starves the brain of oxygen-rich blood it needs to thrive. I saw this with Ruth, a 78-year-old from Miami. Ruth forgot her meds and missed meals, blaming stress. Her family noticed confusion, and a doctor flagged early dementia. Ruth started puzzles, walks, and senior center chats. Her clarity improved, and she told me, "I didn't know my brain could fight back." The tricky part? Cognitive decline creeps in silently. That misplaced wall in your Sarasota home, or fumbled word out of the Village's book club feels trivial, not urgent. Your friends at the St. Pete Beach Cafe won't sound alarms, and your kids in Key West might miss it. But brushing off signs is like ignoring a slow leak in your boat. It'll sink if you wait. Sticking to habits like staying home alone or skipping mental challenges isn't worth the cost. Picture this. You're in a breezy Naples living room, solving a crossword with a cup of tea, then heading to a Miami senior center to laugh with friends. Your mind sharp, fueled by books and berries, ready for another Florida sunrise. That's not just hope, it's power you hold. Ever wonder how vibrant your mind could stay with a little care? You don't need to be a scholar or live in a gym. Ruth started small. She read a book weekly, tried crosswords from a Tampa library, and ate blueberries rich in antioxidants. She walked 15 minutes daily, boosting blood flow. A 2023 Mayo Clinic study says mental and physical activity cuts dementia risk by 25% in seniors. Want to try it? Grab a puzzle book or join a Naples book club. Eat nuts or leafy greens. Florida markets are full of them. Chat with friends weekly at a senior center in the Villages. Move daily, even a short stroll. These aren't chores. They're like telling your brain, "We got more stories to share." Ask a friend to join a brain game or check local classes for seniors. What's one small step you could take this week to keep your mind sharp? Heart disease, falls, lung issues, strokes, memory loss. These risks aren't fate. What's one step you'll take to stay strong? Share in the comments. Your health inspires us. If this helped, like and subscribe for more Florida senior health tips. Share with a friend in Miami or Naples. And let's talk in the comments. See you next time.